Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Dynamite. I am Jim Ross, here with Trini Kwan and with Wade Barrett. And today on Dynamite, we're going to see the hang up between Randy Orton and the Fiend Bray Wyatt, you know, come to its end, hopefully. Hopefully that will happen sooner or later. Jim Ross said, because Randy Orton is at his ends here with dealing with Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss and everyone else involved in that. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Trini Kwan says. Bray Wyatt has started something with Randy Orton that Randy Orton doesn't have any way to end. I know Randy Orton's going into this like you would if you were facing a man-like being or a woman-like being, but the Fiend is not man-like or woman-like, so he's not going into it the right way. Well, Wade Barrett said you would know all about fighting beings that weren't man-like or woman-like back when you were a strength keeper all those years. But it wasn't really that long. It was only from between 93 YL to between 94 YL. Are you going to bring that up again? Trini Kwan says. Well, Jim Ross says, we don't have any time for this. So, would you stop it, Wade Barrett? All right, Randy Orton says. I want the Fiend Bray Wyatt. I want Bray Wyatt. I want Alexa Bliss. And then the other fucker that they're throwing at me. See, but I learned a long time ago. See, I learned, Randy Orton said, that I was going at this the wrong way. I truly was going at it the wrong way. You see, I was in a ring with I thought that at the end of the day, I believed that I was fighting someone manlike. But no, the Fiend's not manlike. So I was going at it the wrong way. So at the end of the day, I truly believed I had everything underrun. Which at the end of the day, I did not. So why don't you bring him out now? Alright, first off, Randy Orton, no one came here today to listen to you bitch about your hang-up with the Fiend Bray Wyatt or whatever he wants to call himself. You brought it on yourself, Randy Orton, when you started it with the Fiend or whatever he's calling himself these days. So the way I look at it, you got no one to guilt except yourself for the way that you're behaving. Astronomer says, you say you want the Fiend? Well, be careful of what you wish for, Randy Orton, because sadly, you might get it. And it's not going to be good either when you get it. Astronomer, I'm going to tell you right now, Randy Orton said, you give me the Fiend Bray Wyatt or out. You'll do what? Andrew says. You ain't gonna do nothing to Astronomer, my sister. You're not gonna do anything to my daughter Astronomer, so just back off, Randy Orton. At the end of the day, you're not gonna do nothing. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're not gonna be doing nothing. Ha ha ha. Elgar says. So, is this truly how you want to play it out as? Randy Orton says, I want the Fiend Bray Wyatt. I want him now. And you all are going to give him to me. Alright, Randy Orton said. Alright, Astronomer says, you want to fight the Fiend Bray Wyatt? There you go, it's on. But just keep in mind, you're not going to like it. No, you're not going to like it, Ecliptor said. Not at all, Elgar says. You're not going to like it. That's right, Andrew said. You're not going to like any of it. So Astronema says, the fight's on now. But I gave Bray Wyatt, or the Fiend Bray Wyatt, or Alexa Bliss, they get to choose the oversight which the fight falls underneath. So, good luck, Randy Orton, Astronema says. Yeah, good luck, legend. Good luck, Sagaman Killer, Eclipser says. Yeah, I wish you good luck in that fight, Andros says. Yeah, same here, Algar says. I do wish you luck in your fight. Well, what's that mean? What does that truly mean? Well, Randy, you want to know what Astronema meant when she said that me and Bray Wyatt could choose, that could choose the oversight. Well, for you, Randy Orton, the oversight is not going to be so good. You ever heard of a fiend in a box? Well, it's about a fiend that is weakened down, that you can put them in a box. And then, yeah, they call them jack-in-the-boxes, but truly they're actually a fiend in the box. I know all about them, Randy Orton says, and if you think your fiendish strength, fiendish craft, or your fiendship, or your witchcraft, or whatever you want to call it, if you think that's going to stop me, then you're wrong. Yeah, think again, Randy Orton. What? There's a bottle of Hail Dew in the ring. Hail Do Nothing in the ring. What the fuck, Randy Orton says. Hey! You like my witchcraft, Randy Orton? I got some more witchcraft for you too, Randy Orton. I'm gonna kill you. You ain't gonna do shit. Oh no, there's two tolls in the ring. What the hell's going on here? You think they're gonna stop me from beating you up, Alexa Bliss? Think again. What the fuck, Randy Orton says. Are you fucking seeking to kill me? Oh, they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. Ah. Oh, they're gone now. Randy Orton says, I think you can't do any more things to me besides the shit you already did. Yeah, well, I guess you're right, Randy Orton. I guess I don't have any more witchcraft to speak of. Look out! He's behind the Fiend. Bray Wyatt is behind Randy Orton, Jim Ross says. Yeah, Trini Kwan says Randy Orton doesn't know that he showed up behind him. No, he doesn't. Wade Barrett said, and this is why it's so totally unfair. This is unfair. Oh, Sister Abigail. Oh, come on. No. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Bliss. So Alexa Bliss and The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, both win their fight here. On Dynamite by a help of witchcraft, fiendship, Jim Ross says, and just call it what it is, Wade Barrett said, stunts and larks. It is no witchcraft. It is no fiendship or fiendish craft or fiendish skill, whatever you want to call it. It's none of that shit. Well, Trini Kwan said, it looks like at the end of the day, Randy Orton You know, and it looks like at the end of the day, Randy Orton ended up losing to the Fiend Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. How a shame, Trini Kwan said, but it couldn't have happened to a greater man. You know, and next time Randy Orton will be more careful about what he wishes for, Trini Kwan says. Yeah, I guess he will be, Jim Ross says. Randy Orton has never been in a ring with someone who can, has never been in a ring with someone who has that kind of skills and craft. The only other man I can think of besides The Fiend that could do that is The Undertaker, Jim Ross said. You're right about that, Trini Kwan said. The Fiend or the Fiend Bray Wyatt or whatever you want to call him. There is a grounds to why he's a two-time World Heavyweight winner. A grounds to why he is a one-time TWF, a one-time WWE FCW team winner, and why he's a one-time W Raw team winner and a one-time W SmackDown team winner. Oh, don't forget him being about a two-time TWF Light Heavyweight winner, Wade Barrett says. But at the end of the day, he didn't. At the end of the day, I'm sure Randy Orton's going to get back at him. Well, I'm sure that, I know Gorilla Monsoon now is now going to be talking with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend Bray Wyatt, or Alexa Bliss, or who else is following him these days. Alright, I'm going to be talking with Bray Wyatt. Alright, Bray Wyatt, we haven't seen you in some time, Gorilla Monsoon says. Oh, well, Gorilla Monsoon, you know, he came back. He's not dead. You can't kill a fiend by burning him up. You can't kill the Fiend. I mean, it's like seeking to slay the Undertaker, which get true, Gorilla Monsoon. You know that never worked out. How many times did the Undertaker get put in a coffin? How many times was he buried alive? How many times was he actually put in a coffin and had that coffin burned? Many times. So, the same could be said for the Fiend. He got back at Randy Orton. Oh, wasn't that witchcraft something? Wasn't that fiendship something? Well, Bray Wyatt, I understand that you are going to have another Flyer 5 Funhouse sometime on the TWF or on their YouTube Fairway. Oh, sometime down the road I am. I don't know when I'm going to, but one day I will. But Randy Orton, he should be more careful what he wishes for, Gorilla Monsoon, because at the end of the day, he just got it. Well, some would say that it wasn't truly witchcraft and it wasn't truly fiendship, but it was more of stunts and larks, more of mind games. Well, you can believe whatever you want to believe, Gorilla Monsoon. That you're right. Randy Orton, he can bitch, and he can about how he thought he put the Fiend away in December of last year. Only at the end of the day, look who's back. And Randy Orton started this, but we're gonna end it. Well, that was my talk with Bray Wyatt. Back to you, Jim Ross. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Bray Wyatt here on Dynamite. And we really didn't get any more closer. We really didn't get closer to ending the hang-up between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Or Bray Wyatt's selfhood, the Fiend Bray Wyatt, Jim Ross said. Well, Trini Kwan said, Randy Orton, you know, he was fighting. Call it demon, call it fiendship, call it witchcraft, whatever you want to call it stunt or a lark. But at the end of the day, Randy Orton lost to Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. Trini Kwan said it happened in this ring. And if Randy Orton wants to bitch at someone, he wants to guilt someone, I guess Trini Kwan said he can guilt himself for taking on the fight. Trini Kwan said, well, I guess you might be true about that one, Wade Barrett said. But at the end of the day, I think it was totally unfair that the fiendship or witchcraft or whatever you want to call it or Phoenix skills or Phoenix craft. You know, at the end of the day, it was unfair to Randy Orton. If it was a wrestling fight or a wrestling match without any of that shit, Randy Orton would be the winner. You know? Well, it looks like it is all the time we got here for TWF Dynamite. I'm for Jim Ross and Trini Kwan and Wade Barrett. We hope you like Dynamite, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact.